Good morning, everyone. It's a chilly day. Let's go up and see if we can tell anybody's in heat or not. Boy, my husband made this look really nice. He's got to finish this just a little bit right here, but he said it's not a big deal, but getting all that sloped off real nice so it doesn't look as heavy or anything. And then it smells like bugs out here. And then he did this over here, shaped that up really nice. He said he's almost done with what he needs to do, so it looks great over here. It really does. I'm going to have to feed them a little bit. Still no one in heat, I can see. You guys still got hay on the ground. He's got to come back in here and do like a little retention so the water, when it rushes down here from here, can go off that way. So he's got to kind of make a little, just a foot worth of area. Hi, ladies. What you doing? I see you guys are tearing that tree up. You got a full bale sitting there, but you guys want to eat on the tree, don't you? Makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. I wanted to show that my husband got dirt along this edge here so no more water will come into the barn. Hopefully, he says. So what he did was just dump it, and then he scraped it back. And it looks pretty good. And there's still a little swale right here that comes down so the water will still run off. I just got everybody, the 3 pins at least, fed for right now. And these kids just think that they have to have that, whatever everybody else is eating, even though they got a bale up there. It drives me nuts about how goats are. I mean, all animals are that way. If somebody else is getting something, even though they have food, they'll sit there and cry and scream like they ain't got nothing. And it's just irritating. It really is. It's very irritating. And this is one of the second cutting alfalfa bales that's got a lot of weeds in it. And so far, I have not even seen any alfalfa in it. This got rained on too. I guess there's some maybe right there. There's some right there I see, but it's very little. And this bale stinks. It smells like an old dirty barn is what it smells like. I mean, and they have it sitting in the barn on the floor, so it's probably where I'm smelling that at, but it's almost, the smell is almost intoxicating. Just trying to get everything done here. My customer, she had to walk around that and just try to get these done. I mean, I told my husband just to set this in here because that way I can shut this door and it will stay dry while I'm trying to feed them. And I can already see within another day I'm going to have to come in here and clean this out. But I don't want to hear anybody hollering about nothing. Everybody's got their food. Everybody's fed. Jill still had hay from the other day, so I told her she had to eat that. I'm not going to give her any today. I'm going to leave this barn open. I think I'm going to open this other door too to help with the mustiness that's in there from that bale sitting in there. Just open it some like that. I asked my husband too. I'm like, we were actually sitting after he got done and we came through, and he said, you know, this is really starting to look really great, even though it's not done. But the vision we see, you know, and the dream of this place that we've had here, you know, is completely wooded. And those that are new, I'm just going to give you a little update. We bought this home, this property. We had been searching for about 3 to 4 years prior to getting this place, and it just seemed like everything that we were interested in just was not meant to be, because God was telling us, nope, you need to stay where you are, keep saving for your down payment, because we had to put a pretty nice chunk down payment on this house, and we had saved for when we decided to really start doing it. It was probably a year that we really started just really what do you call that, hardened down, you know, to actually save. And we did it. So we were looking, and we went and looked at a few different homes that we were pre-approved for. We had to get our pre-approval, of course, and all that good yazzy stuff, and we were approved for almost I think it was, actually, I'll just give you the scoop on it. I think we were approved for 180. And we were looking at homes that were that and under, and most of them needed extreme work, and when we were looking at adding work to them, they were over the 180. Dixie. But we were still looking and looking and looking. Well, this home just come up in like a suggested, because I was looking at homes like from 230 and under, you know, because sometimes owners are willing to go down on their homes or whatever, and this home came up. It wasn't even on the market for 34 minutes when I found it. I sent it to my realtor, and she said, oh my gosh, I think this would be the perfect home for you guys. But the home was priced over what we were approved for. So she said, send it to so-and-so. And I did. I sent it to him, which was our bank accountant who was doing the loan for us. And I sent it to him, and he, and then our realtor too also was talking to him, and he said, I just got off the phone with, he actually called me and said, I got off the phone with Chelsea, which was our realtor, and he goes, I'm going to go ahead and pre-approve you guys for, you know, the amount, which was quite a bit more than what he had originally pre-approved us for, because we had actually paid off a couple loans too with trying to get a large down payment. And we ended up, see, those darn goats are eating that tree. I don't understand it. Why? They got mineral blocks. They've got hay. I don't understand it. But he says, give him the asking price for the home. And I said, what? And he says, yep, give him the asking price. You guys are going to have one heck of a deal here. This home, within a couple of years, the value of it's going to skyrocket. I was like, okay. So he had already told Chelsea that, and then I ended up get off the phone with him. I told Billy, I said, give him the asking price. He says, we'll do it. Just, you know, all we had to go on was just pictures too. They had an aerial view where you couldn't even see the house or the barn. All you could see was a driveway, you know, going all the way out to the road. And that's all you could see was a driveway from up above. This was completely wooded. We've had about, I'm going to say, including small trees, and we've had some really big trees taken out of here. Probably about 300 trees. And this doesn't look like a whole lot, but what we've had cleared, and I'm talking tree taken out, is probably about, and we've even had trees taken out in the back 4 acres. Probably about 2 acres worth of trees, I would say, off of our almost 11 acres we have here. So it's not a whole lot, but it is when you completely are a wooded property. And we love this place. This is something that obviously my husband and I have waited for. And even though it was not ready at all for animals. We had our goats. I had Diamond, not yet, but I had already purchased her, and we were in COVID, so April of 2020 is when this home come on the market. By the time I had talked to our realtor and the bank accountant, it had already passed 2 hours that this home was on the market. We signed the paperwork, giving them the offer, or the asking price, I should say, because we didn't offer, we gave them the asking price. And we went from there to she said it could take up to 24 to 48 hours for a response back, but she says it's guaranteed, you know. But there were stipulations in there, like by giving them the asking price, the owner had to have, you know, we specifically had certain stuff put in there, like we wanted the water tested, we wanted the sewage tank emptied, we wanted any little odds and ends that had to be fixed before we moved in. And mind you, we only seen pictures. This is all we seen was pictures. But after our realtor said that we were gonna, you know, hear an answer back with these stipulations of the asking price within 24 to 48 hours. Well, let's see. By the end of the day, we had an accepted offer. So we knew right then and there what it was going to entail. So we had exactly 6 weeks. This was on May 1st, because this house come up April, whatever the last day of April was. So on May 1st, we knew for sure that we had a roughly, they were telling us 6 weeks to be able to move into the house before all our paperwork and everything was done and yada yada yada. So we went ahead and decided to drive out here. At least the kids and I did. We drove out here. I took videos and let my husband see. Then we went through the process of, you know, getting everything done. The owner had to have some people come out and fix certain things and proof of testing and blah 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 blah. After that was all said and done, the inspector come out. My mother-in-law and I got to actually come and see the inside of the house. I was pretty impressed. I really was. I absolutely love this place. We love the fact that it was wooded, but because we have animals, we needed to adjust it some. So this has taken a long, it seems very long, 3-year process so far to be able to just to get where we are now, today. And this is September 18th. So on June 5th of 2020, we signed the paperwork, got our keys, stayed one more night in the house that we had in Marcellus in town, and then moved between 2 days to get everything out here. And then we still had our goats at my mother-in-law's house until we could get this done. Now, mind you, that was in June. The goats did not get here until September, I think. And all we did was had this area here cleared. We took all the trees down. This was had a lot of gullies in it. Like, it was very hilly with valleys in it and stuff. And you wouldn't think that just by looking at it because, well, if you haven't been here since we bought this place and watched the transformation from it, you wouldn't believe it. But, yeah, this was fully wooded. It had some massive big trees in it, and actually I can show you a stump that's still here on a, I want to say it was a white oak that got cut down. And my husband, you know, had to rent a big excavator, a 135 from his job, and we had to have a dozer that we rented from another company. And, you know, he really worked hard. And meanwhile, right where the barn is now, that was the area we also had for Diamond, because I had to get her in October of that year. So this right here, this stump, this big stump right here, I mean, comes all the way over. This was a big tree. I think it had to have a 34-inch bar on it to be able to cut it down. That is a big tree, you know, and we had this stump, and there's a few other stumps that are still in here, but you could see how it kind of slopes down. But this, where's it at? I want to say right through here maybe. And then it had another one coming down through here that went that way, that were like riverbeds almost, is what it looked like, but they were deep. So my husband had a lot of trash, and when I say trash, I'm like junk from the top of the soil and tree stumps. Yes, tree stumps and everything that he put down in the ground to bury it. And that is the tale of our journey so far. So we are very proud to say that we have gotten this far with mainly just my husband and I. I mean, when Courtney was here, she did help. Elijah helps when he's here, but, you know, 90% of the time it's just my husband and I. And I think with the team that we have become, for sure, we've gotten a lot done this year. I'm talking 2023. Something's gonna fall. I just heard that crack and then cracked again. It's somewhere over there, I just don't know where. But yeah, we've done quite a bit here. My husband came back through and smoothed this back out, because when it rained after he did this, it was a real muddy mess. But we still have to do, which I could show you. This tree right there has got to come down. That's an oak, that cherry, that small maple, and then that big right there, that big hard maple right there. Those 4 trees still got to come out of here. My husband said he's pretty sure he can drop that tree in between the fence and those other sets of trees there. But this one, this cherry, he could make it go that way and miss everything over there, take down some other trees that we were hoping to keep. For every big tree we take out of here, we try to keep 3 or 4 smaller trees to try to help replenish the lively of this wooded, you know, farm that we have here, a little small farm, to keep the oxygen and everything that we have going on here. Because I can say that breathing air in a woods is very exhilarating. That's about all I can really say about that. But that is the entail of how we got this place and where we are today with it. So thank you everybody for watching. Please subscribe if you're new. Thank you to all our new subscribers, and we'll see everybody tomorrow. Till next time. God bless.